I'm not erasing everyone's memories, not again.
That's not what I was thinking. That it's highly unethical.
Yeah, it's also very messy, believe me.
Okay.
Welcome back, ScreenCrush. I'm Ryan Airy. In She-Hulk Attorney at Law Episode 3, we got the long-awaited appearance of the Sorcerer Supreme, Wong.
Wait, I thought you were the Sorcerer Supreme.
No, he got it on a technicality because I blipped for 5 years.
Oh.
In this episode of She-Hulk, we think that we may have gotten our first clue that the Forget Peter Parker spell is beginning to break. And later we're going to discuss the interdimensional reason that Wong mentioned the spell so casually when he was talking to She-Hulk. Now, the Forget Peter Parker spell, also known as the Runes of Kaf-Kal.
Runes of Kaf-Kal.
Oh, it's just a standard spell of forgetting.
This spell resulted in not only everyone forgetting that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, but forgetting who Peter Parker is, period. Everyone, including Happy Hogan, Dr. Strange, Ned Leeds, and MJ, have no memory that Peter Parker ever existed.
You gotta understand, that would mean that everyone who knows and loves you, we'd have no memory of you. It would be as though you never existed.
When Wong meets with She-Hulk regarding him breaking Emil Blonsky's abomination out of prison, Wong says this.
Oh, I know what you're thinking, Miss Walters. I'm not erasing everyone's memories, not again.
So this scene opened up a floodgate of questions, such as, how does Wong know that this spell ever took place? Does Wong remember Peter Parker? And what does Wong mean when he says the spell is very messy?
Also very messy, believe me.
We've discussed before on this channel how exactly this spell may work. Does it erase all physical evidence of Peter Parker from existence, such as photographs, driver's license, passport, Daily Bugle newscast, the Avengers records, Peter's name and picture in his school yearbook, social security number, social media accounts? And if those things weren't physically erased from history and still exist, then what happens when people see those things? Does the spell make them ignore their existence and look away?
Doesn't look like anything to me.
What would happen if Peter confronted someone like Happy, Ned, or MJ trying to make them remember who he is?
You know me. No, I don't!
Now, with Wong being the Sorcerer Supreme, perhaps he's impervious to any spells cast by his underlings. Or just like how I am impervious to all your spells. Well, do you remember the 2019 video store Christmas party? What's Christmas? Exactly. Another possibility is a popular internet theory that we have traced back to Reddit user JRFoster01. The theory claims that when Wong said,
Just leave me out of this.
that Strange took this to heart and made sure to exclude Wong from his first spell, making the world forget that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. When Strange is casting that spell, we see Peter add some last-minute exceptions. Peter mentions MJ, Ned, Aunt May, and Happy Hogan as people that he wants to exclude from the spell and remember that he is Spider-Man. After these 4 alterations were made mid-casting, the spell goes haywire.
Used to work for Tony Stark, but then he was kind of dating my aunt.
Dude, just stop talking.
Those 4 alterations lead to the spell breaking and Peter yelling out a 5th alteration. Once Strange shuts down the spell, he says,
You changed my spell 6 times.
5 times.
You changed my spell. You don't do that. I told you, and that is why.
Fans have speculated that perhaps the 6th change that Strange is referring to was a slip-up, and that Dr. Strange accidentally revealed that he included himself as one of the people who will remember Peter Parker is Spider-Man. This mysterious change, of course, being made prior to Peter's final outburst that he wants everyone who already knew that he was Spider-Man to still remember. But what if the exception Strange added wasn't for himself, but for Wong? What if Dr. Strange decided to include Wong as someone who'd remember Peter Parker as Spider-Man, since Wong specifically ordered Strange to leave him out of it? Or maybe Strange didn't even make this exception. Maybe Strange counted 6 alterations to his spell and just assumed that Peter had blurted out 6 changes. This doesn't seem like a mistake that somebody with a photographic memory would make. So what if this was actually Wong's doing? What if this 6th change was triggered automatically by a pre-existing immunity spell that Wong has cast upon himself? A spell making it to where any current members of the Masters of the Mystic Arts aren't able to use magic against the Sorcerer Supreme.
Well, that's just lazy writing.
Could this mean that even though Wong had portaled to Kamar-Taj and wanted to be left out of Strange and Peter shenanigans, could Wong have been secretly overseeing the spell all along?
Yeah, but wasn't Doctor Strange trying to catch all those multiverse villains before Wong found out they botched the spell?
Well, that's a good point. I mean, the movie did imply that Wong was unaware of the botched spell and the arrival of the multiversal villains in the MCU.
Before they destroy the fabric of reality, or worse, Wong finds out.
I have to say that I do think it's a little strange that the Sorcerer Supreme didn't feel the destabilization of the very fabric of reality following the first spell.
He was probably too busy at Disney Plus and chilling with Sarah Wolf.
We never did get to see how Wong reacted to the events of No Way Home. In fact, we never got to see Doctor Strange, Ned, or MJ's reaction following the casting of the Forget Peter Parker spell. Were they confused as to what they were doing on Liberty Island? Apparently, Doctor Strange is aware that he was working with Spider-Man regarding some kind of multiversal calamity.
How much experience do you guys have with the multiverse?
Recently, there was an incident with Spider-Man.
What man?
Spider-Man. He has the powers of a spider.
Gross. Does he look like a spider?
No, more like a man.
Climbs walls, shoots webs.
But I guess he just doesn't remember the Peter Parker portion of those events. And as for Ned and MJ, maybe they think that they're friends with Spider-Man and they just don't know his identity. I'm sure we'll get some answers to these questions in Spider-Man 4. Rumor has it that Zendaya's MJ and Jacob Batalon's Ned will be returning for this next Spidey film. Rumor also has it that the extended version of No Way Home, which is now in theaters, will include additional information as to how the final spell works. And we have a video out where we explain all those new scenes in the extended cut, so make sure to check that out if you haven't already. Now, when Wong mentions erasing everyone's memories to She-Hulk, he says,
Oh, I know what you're thinking, Miss Walters.
seemingly implying that Wong thinks that She-Hulk is aware of the memory wiping spell, and that it was cast in Spider-Man No Way Home. Remember, Peter Parker didn't come to Doctor Strange asking him to erase everyone's memory that he was Spider-Man. He initially asked Strange to go back in time and make it to where Mysterio never revealed his identity. In fact, it was Wong who inadvertently gave Doctor Strange the idea of using the memory wiping spell.
He's very good at forgetting things.
Wong, you've actually generated a good idea.
What?
The runes of Kafka.
So, why Wong would think that She-Hulk is familiar with the memory wiping spell is really puzzling. You could chalk it up to Wong just being slightly out of touch with the world outside of sorcery. I mean, we do hear him casually mention the mirror and shadow dimensions.
We'll send him to the mirror dimension.
I don't know what that is, but no.
Shadow dimension?
As well as in a deleted scene that we saw in the trailers, he mentions the Book of Ashanti.
We do things by the book.
No, the Book of Ashanti.
No, the Book of American laws.
But what if this is more than Wong's forgetfulness that not everyone is entrenched in the world of sorcery? What if Wong is aware of the fact that She-Hulk is in tune with other dimensions, our dimension that she talks to when breaking the fourth wall? When She-Hulk breaks the fourth wall, she's aware that she is in a TV show. We pointed out in our Easter egg video for episode 3 how Jennifer seems to go from not knowing Wong when she's trying to track him down to all of a sudden knowing exactly who Wong is when she breaks the fourth wall to talk to us. This knowledge She-Hulk seems to be imbued with when breaking the fourth wall could arguably give her access to all the stories of the MCU, including everything that happened in Spider-Man No Way Home. Similar to how Deadpool references the events of the other X-Men films that he was not a part of.
Let us go talk to the professor.
McAvoy or Stewart? These timelines are so confusing.
Another example of She-Hulk having full knowledge of everything transpiring in the MCU is her awareness that her cousin Bruce was once played by Ed Norton.
I'm a completely different person now, literally.
So, could this be a hint that Wong is aware that She-Hulk possesses an interdimensional awareness power that even Jen herself has yet to fully grasp?
Check out our fourth wall breaking video for a deeper dive.
Good job. So, do you think that Wong remembers Peter Parker? Do you think the Forget Peter Parker spell is breaking? Why did Wong so casually mention this spell when talking to Jennifer? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below, or you can @ me on Twitter. And if it's your first time here, be sure to subscribe and smash the bell for alerts. For ScreenCrush, I'm Ryan Airy.